Welcome back to Mike's Man Cave and welcome back to another review or first impressions video. Now, I've just gone out and spent a little bit of money buying myself a brand new fishing rod. Now, this is a Shimano Aerowave 12-foot 3-piece rod. Here it is in its bag as I got it. It's a little bit hard to do a overall view of a 12-foot fishing rod. So it's a 3-piece rod and it's 12 foot long. Now, I did check YouTube before I actually bought this rod because I wanted to see some reviews on this particular rod, which was recommended to me by a person that's been fishing for over 50 years. He also builds custom rods that are worth thousands of dollars. Now, I approached that person because he's a sort of person that's known to me quite well, and I wanted some advice on what fishing rod to buy. Now, this person has won countless fishing competitions. He builds custom rods for some of the best people in Australia, in the fishing industry, or the recreational fishing industry, or the competition circuit as well. And he also repairs and rebuilds reels and does all that sort of stuff. Now, he would happily have sold me an $800 or $1,000 fishing rod, but that's not for me. Look, I'm not that much into fishing, and I did want something a little bit decent that's worthwhile having, and that will probably last me the rest of my life. Look, I've got a rock fishing rod that I've had for 30 years that's still going, and I might actually do a video on that in the not too distant future. Only because I haven't done one, it might be of interest to people. It's a custom built rock fishing rod that I had made when I was 19, I believe, 19 years old. I've had it for well over 30 years and it's still going. Look, I didn't want to spend a fortune and I was recommended this fishing rod. So let's get it out of the packet and have a look at it. Now, my first impressions were that this rod is absolutely beautiful. I love the finish on it and I absolutely love the quality and feel of it. I did have a play with it in the fishing shop, obviously, before I bought it. I didn't buy it from one of the big chain stores. I prefer to support the local industry. Let's have a look here. Okay, there's some plastic on here to protect the foam on the end. For some reason, there's no plastic on there. And I'm not sure what that is, some sort of rubber wrapping. It's got a nice end piece. This ferrule looks to be really nice. I'm sure that's called a ferrule. I hope it is. It is now in this video. Seems to be really nice quality. It runs really, really nice. It feels good. And like I said, this is not a top of the range fishing rod, but it's not a real cheapie either. There it says Shimano, and it's called the Aerowave Graphite. And as you can see, it looks really, really nice. It's got almost like a pearl finish, like a pearl white finish, offset with the black. It looks beautiful. And look, you know, the looks of the rod is not the functionality. However, look, we all enjoy nice things, don't we? Well, I do anyway. There's heaps of sealant on there and it is really high gloss and it looks really, really nice. Now let's have a look at the middle section. At first I was a little bit confused, but I realised what it is now. That's obviously the ferrule where it joins. And then there's a beautiful shiny pearl finish there. And then there's like a rough matte finish, which is almost feels like sandpaper from there to there. I'm not sure how well that shows up on the camera. And that's so when you're separating the rods, it gives you something to grip and twist the rod to get the rods apart, just in case it gets a little bit tight. Look, it's not overly tight. I can show you here. It slides in there nicely and locks in place like that. Okay, now to separate it, you can just grab that, gently twist it apart, and it comes apart nicely. So it just gives you something to grip. Let's read some of the specifications here. They are tangle-free K-guide rings. And they're covered in a little bit of bubble wrap, so let's get that off. And the inside of the ring is really, really nice. They're on a strange sort of angle. None of my fishing rods have that angle on the rings. And when I first saw that, again, I'm a bit of a novice. I actually thought, oh, something's wrong, it's bent, but that's how they're supposed to be. Let's have a look at the next one. You can see that one is the exact same angle. And there's the end. This rod comes in 5 different configurations. I believe it comes in a 10 foot, 11 foot, 12 foot, 13 foot, and a 13 foot heavy duty. Should you be interested, that's the part numbers here. Okay, now this rod here is the 1203, which is a 12 foot rod. And that's what I wanted, and that's what has been recommended to me. And let's get rid of that. Don't need that on there. So we've got that off there. And that's your middle piece here now. Beautiful finish. Absolutely love the finish on these. Now it says here it's a 24 ton two-ray or tour-ray graphite construction. No idea what that means. Clearly it doesn't mean you can lift 24 ton with it. It's got K alkanite guides and X shrink split butt protection. That sounds a bit weird. And it's got a CWB counterweight butt system. Bit worried about this fishing rod now. It's got butt protection and a counterweight butt system. Anyway, let's look at the end bit, the tip of the rod. This is the third part. Obviously that's the joiner where it joins. And again, you've got the rough sandpapery grip part right here. So you can grip the rod a lot better when you're pulling it apart. Again, the guides are on that angle. Beautiful, beautiful pearl white finish on the angle again. And these are really nicely finished. I can't say that often enough. There you go. There you go. There you go. And there's the end. Okay, quite sturdy. It's quite a sturdy rod, this one. It is a beach fishing rod, but it's a bit of an all-rounder. You can use this rod off the rocks if you wanted to. Then again, mainly when I'm going rock fishing, I use my 10-foot rock fishing rod. And I will make a video about it now that I've spoken about it so many times. Just to finish the video off, probably what everyone's been waiting for, I'll give you some specifications of the fishing rod as written on here. Now it says Aerowave Graphite Surf 1203, which is the part number. It's got 6 to 10 kilogram line rating, and it's got a cast weight of 28 to 100 grams. So it's quite decent, okay? You can put quite a bit of weight on there so you can get a decent cast. Despite what you might think, I don't just go out and buy these things willy-nilly. And as you may have noticed, I don't have a reel for it yet. I will be using my rock fishing reel that I've got on my rock fishing rod when I take this out till I can afford to buy a reel. And in saying I can afford to buy a reel, look, I can go and buy one today, but that means I've got to take money out of my bank, which I don't like doing, because if you follow this channel, you know I'm pretty tight with my money. I don't, I'm always looking for the bargain, but I do like quality stuff to some degree as well. So I want to buy a matching Shimano fishing reel for this, which is not really cheap. I mean, it's not outrageously expensive, but it's not really cheap. You're probably looking around the $200 mark. So for me to justify to myself to go out and buy a $200 reel for my fishing rod, I'm going to have to sell some other stuff to pay for it. And I'm having a massive clean out at the moment. I'm cleaning out my whole life and just getting the stuff that I want and need in getting rid of everything else. So look, I'm keeping my rock fishing rod. I've got a couple of other fishing rods there that I might keep. But I've got about 4 or 5 fishing rods that I'll be selling because I have not used them in about 5 years and I can't see myself using them in the next 5 years. So I'll be putting these fishing rods up for sale. They'll be sold, and once they're sold, I'll be buying a fishing reel and you'll have another unboxing video. So that's how I operate a lot of times. If it's something that's not a must-have but a want, I've somehow got to work for it. I've either got to do something additional to get the money, or I've got to sell something or streamline something to be able to go and buy a want, not a need. I don't need a new fishing reel for my new rod that I didn't really need, but I wanted a new rod and I want a new fishing reel. So I've got to do stuff to be able to get that. Now, if you've got any questions about this particular fishing rod or anything else I've spoken about, do me a favour, leave a comment down below and I'll try and answer all comments to the best of my ability. Now, if you enjoyed this video, the only Shimano Aerowave graphite fishing rod first impressions, review, unboxing, whatever you want to call this, on YouTube, do me a favour, give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button for more videos from Mike's Man Cave. Thanks for watching and bye for now. Happy fishing.